A long time ago in a place called Athens, there was a beautiful girl named Hermia, who was in love with Lysander. Hermia had until Theseus and Hippolyta's wedding to choose between Death and Demetrius, a young suitor. By the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius, said Theseus coldly. Hermia decided to run away with Lysander. While they were discussing, Lysander recalls he had a widowed aunt that lives in a cottage away from Athens. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, says Lysander. They agree to meet in the woods, which they are familiar with.
Comes into the room to which Lysander and Hermia greet her. They start telling her of their plan to run away to the cottage of Lysander's widow aunt, and she said,
Helen, to you our minds will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her suitable visage in her watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time that lovers' flight doth still conceal, through Athens' gate we have devised to steal.
Helena wished them luck for the future.
Helena, feeling down about her unreturned love, is talking about how she is just as pretty as Hermia. She also starts talking about how love does not make sense. She talks about how Demetrius liked her before he liked Helena. She wants him to love her, and so she devises a plan to make him love her by saying,
I will go tell him all fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her.
When Demetrius is looking around for Hermia, he says to Helen that he doesn't love her. Helena then says,
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel.
Demetrius continues to tell her that he doesn't love her and she should leave him. He also says,
You do impeach your modesty too much. To leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that does not love you.
Helena is hurt and says that he is an insult to all the women.
Oberon, quite off put by the Titania's decision not to hand over the Indian child, calls Puck over. Puck is being instructed to squeeze the juices of a special flower on Titania's eyes to make her fall in love with the person she gazes upon. Then he starts recalling the Athenian couple that were arguing in the woods and murmurs to Puck,
Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on.
Soon Oberon gets the flower and puts the juices on Titania's eyelids so she falls in love with the first person she sees.
And with the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies.
He wishes for her to fall in love with something vile and flies away. Pug, being unattentive, finds an Athenian couple, but is also to be expected is the wrong couple. He puts the juices on Lysander's eyelids instead of Demetrius.
Lysander says, Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious moments I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Helena is quite confused because she thinks that he still loves Hermia. She thinks he is mocking her, so Helena leaves Lysander in hot pursuit.
Hermia believes that he is just mocking her while he is confessing his love. He replies with saying,
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn?
After saying that, he says that his love was a lie to Hermia. He continues and says,
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Demetrius then wakes up while they are talking and suddenly falls in love with Helena. He says, Oh Helena, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, as his first words, which causes Helena to believe that both boys are mocking and playing with her. They ignore what she is saying and continue with their love-confessing session.
Hermia arrives at a clearing and then finds the guys and Helena. Hermia is being accused of mockery by Helena and is then insulted. This escalates and then turns into a shouting match between the 4 lovers.
Get gone, you dwarf, you minimus, you hindering not grass maid, you bead, you acorn!
Exclaimed Lysander angrily, shooing his love, sweet Hermia, away.
Meanwhile, Robin splits up Lysander and Demetrius and talks to both of them in each other's voices. Robin talks to Lysander in Demetrius' voice, and he talks to Demetrius and Lysander. Then they keep arguing until finally Lysander falls asleep, and then Demetrius.
I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite,
Says Lysander. Then Demetrius exclaims
By day's approach, look to be visited.
to Lysander. Hermia is shocked and angry, and Helena is fuming.
Puck, puts the love potion remover in Lysander's eyes while singing,
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover remedy.
he will now love his former lady. Demetrius is left sleeping on the ground, and he is not given the antidote.
Theseus finds the four lovers lying on the ground and wakes them up. He says,
How comes this gentle concord in the world, that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate, and fear no enmity?
Lysander explains that he and Hermia had decided to run away. Demetrius then starts to tell the full story and says that he is over Hermia. He ends his turn with saying that he loves Helena and only wants to be with her. Theseus ends the conversation by saying that he will have the two couples married alongside with his own wedding and apologizes to Aegeus for not doing what he wanted.
Finally, the four lovers are getting what they deserve, a wedding. They are being treated to a lavish banquet and are given beautiful honors. They start to have a special moment, the three couples that is just magical. The sun bounces off the jewels of the brides, and then the grooms bask in all the light that is spilled. They all say,
I do.
And finally, life is beautiful as they wanted it to be. People called toasts, and they were happy. Aegeus, though, is sitting in the corner fuming at his daughter's happiness. Although he was mad at the beginning, he is now relaxed and happy. Soon they started dancing the couples dance, the gentle crooning of the viola and the deep droning of the cello.
Finally, Oberon gathers all the fairies to bless the marriages. He blesses their love and hopes it will last a long time. He wishes away all the birthmarks away with a song.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray, to the best bride bed will be, which by us shall blessed be, and the issue there create, ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three, ever true and loving be, and the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand. Never more her lip nor star, nor mark her such as disguised in the nativity, shall upon their child be. While this field do consecrate, every fairy take this gate, and each several chamber bless, through this palace with sweet peace. Meet me all at break of day.